Hey everyone, welcome to, now I'm like, hey everyone. Welcome to Jerome Grand Hotel in Jerome, Arizona. I am Bethany, this is Jenn, and we are both going to stay overnight in separate rooms. Trying
to get this done.
Yeah. But right now we're currently in Jenn's room. She's got the hookup with all the cool things, all the fun stuff to watch. I'm on that camera too.
There's two of us.
Yeah.
There's two cameras.
Yeah, there we go. But Jenn's gonna take us through some of her equipment that she has, take us through some of the just crystals. You got like everything.
I came prepared.
Yeah, I did too.
Coffee or salt?
I brought the salt.
Salt.
I got the salt. That's what I brought. So we're covered.
Yeah, for the moment.
Yep.
So I guess what I can do is I can go through stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much what we have is, so we've got digital camera. There's a memory card in there. So the whole point.
Sorry.
It's okay. The whole point of taking digital pictures is so that you can see, some people believe in orbs and stuff like that. Taking digital pictures will help you see that. You take two, you snap one right after the other. So you take a digital picture with some kind of digital camera, and then when we go through it, you can see if something changed between the two pictures.
Okay.
We have these, and I used these the last time. If I could get it activated. So you press the red button. It's a cat ball. It lights up. So we got colored balls. So when it sits there, it'll stop. Okay. When it sits there, it'll stop, and then they'll reactivate when they get moved. So if something bats at them,
because ghosts like to bat at cat toys.
But so if it, it'll reactivate.
There we go.
There, like that, like my last show. I have a camera. Obviously, this is a video camera. Just is going to record some different areas. Sorry, didn't show you guys.
Sorry.
So I just have a little video camera. I also have a digital recorder that we're both going to have. We're both going to have video cameras, and we're both going to have cameras.
Okay.
So digital recorder is for EVP. So what we're going to do is whenever you feel like it, you're going to turn on your digital recorder.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to make sure that any noise that like maybe it's you, maybe your foot cracked, you farted, something, make sure you say, that was my foot or that was my ass. But you say EVP session, whatever session you're on. If you only do 3, then you say EVP session 1, 2, 3, whatever. So Dungeon Dan, they activate when stroked. Yes, sir. Yes, they do.
Nice.
But that's the cat balls. This you actually have to turn on and talk into. But there's sometimes you can catch whispers or otherworldly noises with these that you can't hear with your ear.
Okay.
So, and then when you play back at some point, you'll be able to hear these EVPs. This is pretty cool. I only have one of these. Sorry, you're not getting it. But I have a flashlight that will throw spots on the wall somewhere, anywhere, wherever I point it. So this flashlight will point spots somewhere along the wall, and you can tell if people or spirits whatever you can't see with the naked eye, if something gets in front of these spots,
Okay.
it'll show on the wall. You don't want this anyways, because you don't even want activity.
No, the activity can stay in your room. I will salt my room.
Yeah, just thin layer at the door. I made that go off.
Yeah, that was Jen.
That was me.
So that light thing is almost like one of the Paranormal Activity movies, where they were in the. Did you watch those movies all?
Yeah, I watched some of them. I don't remember.
One of them, they were in the house, and it was like
one
of the games.
Yes,
and it had the lights.
Yes,
and you saw the little kid running.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah, you can keep that.
Yeah, no, this is. Yeah, that's not for you, but this is for you. It's a EMP. Is that? Okay, so this isn't going to work. I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, we're right next to the...
We've already figured out, right as we pulled in, like, it's like midway now. There's a lot of electrical activity. This is an electro measure. It
measures electricity.
Thank you. It measures electrical, magnetic. See, it's going berserk. It's going berserk. There's really no reason to even have these, but I'm still going to give it to you just in case you find a quiet spot in your room, which I highly doubt. Because you got the haunted room.
Thanks.
This cool thing, it's awesome. It's a fucking spirit box. It's pretty much just a radio that turns on, goes through all the channels fast. And sometimes if a spirit is trying to contact you, the spirit will end up forcing certain words out.
Yeah.
And you can hear them, but it sounds like radio, but it's like a sentence that they're trying to say. So Dan said, so Bethany doesn't get any of the cool tools. Selfish Jen, selfish. Now, wait a minute. Dan, okay. No.
My tool.
First of all, let me explain to you. I'm sorry. I have to scold. First of all, because there's two. There's two recordings.
Yes.
You're in trouble. So, let me tell you something. She doesn't want things in her room. But she is getting stuff.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah.
When Jen is scolding.
Adults only. But this thing will, this little cool thing will definitely give you it's a spirit box. It gives you words, things that they're trying to say and stuff. So that's pretty much it as far as that goes. Oh wait,
yeah, you got stuff over here too.
I do have stuff over here. So I like rocks. I have a bunch of stones that have, in my belief, magical properties. So like this one is cleansing, it's selenite. This is angelite. This is amethyst. I've got a raw tourmaline. This is raw rose quartz. This is labradorite. This is I love this one and I can't for the life of me remember the name of it, and it's my birthstone, citrine. Jeez. This one is I think it's a raw fluorite. That's kind of what it looks like to me, as a raw fluorite, but I'm not 100% sure if it's a raw fluorite or if it's a blue calcite. And then I have my little black raven because I love him. He's adorable. And I have another this is a sodalite. So these are protective. And the angelite, that actually draws like psychic energy and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get them to come to my room,
Yeah.
Bethany.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's what true friends do.
Dan said, "Oh boy, Jen, you're the Charlie Brown of the paranormal. I don't know if that's a good thing or not."
So am I Snoopy?
Huh. Or can I be Snoopy and you can be Woodstock? Because I think Woodstock's a smarter one.
You stop. Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
Nerd.
So I'm about to nerd out. Okay. So I dug up some stuff on the history of this place, right? Dungeon Dan. He's the comment ninja. He's just laughing.
Well, that's good for you. I don't have any comments yet. We got a lot of watchers.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, no comments.
Fun. Oh, you guys missed the ride up here.
Yo.
Just to kind of give you a first of all, the ride up here on its own was fun. Okay.
It was.
Let's be honest. It was. But it was probably the last half an hour. Was it half an hour when we got on the windy road?
Yeah.
So the last half an hour was uber fun.
Okay.
Because we were in the car, dying laughing, trying not to shit ourselves or pee ourselves, because I'm like legit afraid I'm gonna fall off the side of the road. Because literally, that was a straight shot down, and there were sometimes guardrails. Just sometimes.
And you saw dents in every single guardrail too.
Yeah, and
there was a reason for them.
Yes, you're like, oh, people have hit these already, so they're probably not as strong as they should be.
Yeah.
They prevented one car from going over, maybe even two, from going over, but I don't want to be that third one. So I'm like sweating balls. The curves are crazy, and then I stopped to let Bethany take a picture.
Well, only because I kept sticking my hand out of the car with my phone trying to take photos.
So I'm like stopping on this literal two-lane highway. It's like nobody else. You can't even squeeze a fart by. Okay. I stopped there and I managed to stop. There's like nothing. It was such a great picture. But I managed to stop in front of a bush. The only bush. The only fucking bush. That whole side of the road. Bethany just looked at me and was like, "Can you not stop in front of the bush?" I said, "Fuck."
Just picture this. Mountains.
Yeah.
Huge.
Gorgeous.
So pretty, right? The whole ride. Clear view. I'm trying to take photos, but we're going so fast. I'm like, we gotta so she's very kindly pulling over and stopping, and she stops right in front of the one freaking bush.
The one bush on the damn road.
Oh, this doesn't help me right now.
I'm like, yeah, this isn't working. So, but yeah, it was a great ride. We had so much fun. We had we had so many laughs, and I had to pee constantly because I have the bladder of a child. I'm 40. What can I say? So, okay. So, Jerome history.
Yes.
Okay, so here's just a couple of some basics. So, we're on the hill. Excuse me.
You're good. You're good.
The hill that the hotel is built on is called Cleopatra Hill. And
I know that.
Yeah, it overlooks Verde Valley.
Gotcha. Is that like Green Valley?
Down there.
Oh, okay.
All the stuff that we saw and then we couldn't see because it's been raining since we fucking got here. This is one of the highest buildings
Exact.
that is in the area. Where it's one of the highest buildings that they have here. It served as a hospital. So here's the best part. When the lady called to confirm my room today, I said, yeah, I'm super, super excited and I can't wait. And we're doing a podcast and we're going to do, ghost hunting. And she's like, that's great. We're very happy to have you. She said, this was never an insane asylum. She just went, let me just tell you, this was never an insane asylum. I was like, oh, she goes, yeah, Google's wrong. Okay. Google's just wrong.
Yeah. But to be fair, if you were going to have the Grand Hotel, okay, and you have a restaurant located in the hotel called the Asylum,
yeah,
I can understand why people get confused.
Yes. And, it does, the parking spaces do say asylum and hotel parking.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think they use it as a story line. I think people embellish. I think some paranormal people might have embellished, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to cast blame. You have comments.
It's all of my nephew, Zach.
Hi, Zach. We have 2 lives going on here.
Yep.
So, okay. So, it was never an insane asylum. And according to onlyinyourstate.com, the service elevator, which is the elevator that we took to come up here.
Yep.
The one time or the 2 times that we were able to use it.
Yes.
Because God forbid it rains and lightnings and the power goes out in the area, because then we'd be stuck in the elevator.
Yeah.
So they shut it off when it rains.
We're on the 3rd floor.
We're on the 3rd floor and we're fat. And guess what? It has not stopped raining since we got here.
Nope. No. It did.
Oh, yeah. When we're inside.
When we are inside and we sit down to eat, it stops raining. And then the second we leave, it pours again.
Cats and dogs.
Yep.
There was even hail.
Yeah. We checked in.
Yeah.
No rain.
We had
We went to go get luggage. Hail.
Hail. Ice. Little ice. So, the service elevator is supposedly the creepiest part of the hotel. It's actually original. Comment we have, every place can be an insane asylum depending on the company you keep.
Oh,
you are not wrong, James.
There you go.
It says the oldest self-service elevator in Arizona is the one here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it was the original one from the hospital, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They built the hospital around that elevator, is what the lady said downstairs.
Oh, I thought they built the hotel around it because it was from the hospital.
I thought they built the. Yeah, I could be wrong.
I don't know.
But the hospital was, this is because the hospital was already here, so they wouldn't have had to build.
I can't imagine just what was it? What was the elevator before the hospital?
Hell.
Okay.
It was the elevator to hell.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Dan said the benefit of having the hospital at the top of the highest hill is that you're injured or shot. If you're injured or shot, you walk up the hill to the hospital, you're going to live. Die on the climb up. It wasn't meant to be. You didn't create a bill you can't pay.
Nice.
Okay. I have comedians for friends.
That's good though. That's good.
But in the mid-30s, there was a guy. He was a what's it called? The maintenance guy.
Yeah.
He was pinned underneath the elevator, and they found him there. So some say it was an accident, and then some say it was a murder. But of course, this was the same site that said this was an insane asylum for a little while. So we don't know about that. But they confirmed it downstairs that the maintenance guy did die by the elevator, get smushed on him. But supposedly his spirit is seen, especially in the basement, which we found out the basement is the main floor in the lobby where you walk in.
Yes.
You can't help but go in there.
So everybody sees them.
Right. Another active area is the hallway and stairs, which this was dumb to me. And I'm just saying, we're not here to sit here and shine you on. We're not trying to get views. We're going to sit here and tell you the truth, but we're also going to be respectful of people here. We're going to be respectful of
The hotel itself.
The spirits that are here.
We're not going to be going in any places that are
right.
That's why we're doing most stuff in our rooms.
I'm not going to sit there and look around in the hallways. I mean, we can do it when we pass.
Yeah.
But this says, guests who visit claim to hear sounds of people pacing the halls and going up and down the stairs.
Of course, that could just be a guest
Could
going
be.
up and down the stairs.
Humans, alive people. I just don't understand.
They do have a 24-hour coffee and hot chocolate.
They do.
So I guarantee
why
you,
would you expect
it's
people
just,
to not go downstairs?
It's just people wanting hot coffee.
It's hot fucking chocolate.
Especially when it's raining and you can't use the elevator.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can only use the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most popular rooms.
Damn it. Not my intention. I knew it. I knew when that lady called today and she goes, would you like to upgrade? And I go, oh, sure. It's, I don't get out that much. Sure, let me upgrade. She gives me the most haunted freaking room.
Room number 32. Queen herself got it. Bethany is in room 32. So it is the most haunted room. Few stories of suicide surrounding the room.
This will be by my bed.
One person jumped off the balcony.
Oh.
Yeah, that nice little balcony you got.
Where I said I would go if I got too scared. And
yeah, where you're
go
going
high.
to. Yeah, you're no safe place.
Nope.
Another
Damn
person shot himself.
Oh. Okay. Well, good thing I brought my taser and not my gun.
Some people claim to have seen a bearded miner. Not like a child, but I mean like a miner, like goes down in the mines. And past patients from the United Verde Hospital, which is what this used to be called.
Okay.
When it was the hospital. Visitors hear moaning and wailing and heavy breathing, believed to be former patients or someone just having a good time.
Okay. All right. If the power goes out, all right, and the TV is not working,
sleep with me?
I'm going to come sleep with Jenn. Yep. And we're going to turn that spirit box off. She's going to wake up and find me curled up in her little cart right there.
That was very handy bringing
was.
shit upstairs, by the way, because I brought tons of snacks and a whole case of water just in case. So, but Jerome was actually settled in 1883.
Oh.
And it grew really fast. It was to accommodate the settlers. The U.S. government relocated Native American tribes to reservations.
Good old USA.
Good old white man. Camp Verde Reservation stretches along both sides of the Rio Verde River northwest of Camp Verde. Parts of the Black Hills, including Cleopatra Hill, which is where we're on, were within the reservation. Yapapai and Apache were forced to leave the reservation in 1875, trek 180 miles to the San Carlos Reservation near Globe, where we just came from.
Yeah.
Cleopatra Hill was rich in high-grade copper, and that was discovered in 1876, which made this such a big deal, became a huge town. Here's the name. The town was named after Eugene Jerome.
Oh.
I said Edward, but I was close.
Okay. You're just channeling Twilight.
He was, yes. He was, if I swear to God, it looks like Forks up here because there's huge trees. It's gorgeous. And it's like very
woodsy
and foggy. and went.
I was like, hey, it looks like you're going to summer camp in a horror movie. And she's like, it looks like King Kong is up here.
Yeah. It did. It looked like one of those movies.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So, Eugene Jerome was a wealthy financer, whatever they call him. He had fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
He had money. And he was an officer of the United Verde Copper Company. Eugene was also the cousin to Jenny Jerome, who is Winston Churchill's mom. So he had connections.
Yeah.
Here's what I find hysterical. In this town, the first wooden building built was a saloon / bordello.
Good people.
Shocker. United Verde Copper Company began operating in 1883 on Cleopatra Hill, where we are. The UVCC, United Verde Copper Company, built a smelter fueled by coke that proved to be successful.
My dad says Eugene was his dad's name. It's my grandpa. It was Eugene.
Oh.
Yeah. Not Eugene Jerome, but
I was going to say,
Eugene.
Why didn't you tell me you were related?
You only thought this was your choice to come here.
I
brought
guess.
you home.
Man. Brought you home to live with the spirits.
I really wanted those cat balls, man.
Dan loves you for one. Did you tell B about the guy that died by explosion in her room? Apparently, he had 2 helpings of seldom seen Sheldon's green bean chili. I can't with you. All right, so the town of Jerome grew. By the end of December, it was actually literally 4 months operating this smelter or forge or whatever the fuck it is. They processed 5,000 tons of ore, yielding copper, bullion, gold, and silver. So there was a lot going on up here. It was very greedy area, greedy territory. They were taking.
Mm-hmm.
And if any of you know anything about spirits and anything, if you're going to take, you also have to give back. So you have to plant trees or you have to put something back in the earth to help replenish. Mm-hmm. You can't just take. The town of Jerome grew. It had a post office and there was electricity by 1890.
Wow.
Yeah, but it grew like huge. They employed the UVCC, the copper company, employed over 300 men by 1890. This place blew up. San Francisco.
Well, yeah, if it was established in 83 and then in 1890.
Yeah.
Dang.
The San Francisco Examiner newspaper from back in the day in 1899 called Jerome the wickedest town in America.
Oh, that's like the bar we saw. We saw a bar when we came in called the Wicked Bar and Brawl or something like that.
Something like that. It was cool though. But we thought it had to do with the ghost hunting stuff. Right, because it was right next to the tours.
Yeah.
And honestly, those buildings kind of looked like they might be like homes that used to be here for the miners.
It could be, yeah.
And that's what they
like common rooms or something.
Yes. Places that boarding rooms.
Mm-hmm.
The bordellos.
Mm-hmm.
But they were called the wickedest town in America because the town had a sad looking church and 16 plus saloons. By the time everything was said and done, they had like 37 saloons. So this, not only was it the wickedest, it was the drunkest. Well, sounds like a good time.
They tried.
They did. There were multiple catastrophic fires that like cleared out the buildings and like just took the town out. But because of the bullion and everything being, because it was such an important mining area,
mm-hmm.
the company built everything back every time. So
Even the spirits were like, leave.
yeah, everything, everything. There was no reason for these people to stay, and they still kept building, rebuilding, and rebuilding. April 1894, Christmas Eve 1897, September 1898, May 1899. Those are just 4 of the fires that were listed.
Good grief.
In 1905, a dozen miners were waiting to be lifted 300 feet to the surface when an explosion occurred during that shift change. And the hot steam from a flood seeped into parts of the mine, and other gases and the hot steam created an explosion and killed the men that were waiting 300 feet up below ground to do a shift change.
Man, that almost like they melted probably.
They got cooked.
Yeah.
They were steam roasted.
Man. That does not sound like a good way to go.
It doesn't sound like a way to go. The raging fires in the mines got to be too much, and underground mining was phased out, and they started doing pit mining, which I don't know what the hell that is, in 1918.
I think that's just where they like have the pits pretty much.
Okay.
Like you're not going underground, you're basically
Got it.
digging a giant hole.
Okay. 1926, the hospital was built where we are staying tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And the jail was jostled off its foundation at one point by a powerful blast in 1938, slid downhill, and sits where it stops right now.
So have to go look for the jail.
The
later.
place that it is today was
where it
not
slid.
where it was built. It's where it slid and stopped. And they were just like, okay, this is it.
That was a prison break gone wrong.
225 feet from where it was originally built.
Jiminy.
That's nuts. That's nuts. So let's talk about the hospital,
Okay.
because I got some stuff on the hospital. So the hospital opened in 1920s. In 1935, Claude Harvey worked as Claude. That's his name.
Yeah,
So
the maintenance guy.
Yeah, the maintenance guy. He was the guy who got smushed in the elevator. Supposedly lights flicker. It's an old building. Of
It's
course,
gonna
lights
flicker.
I mean, that's actually going to be very, very normal, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's believed that nearly 9,000 people died in the hospital's history. They specialized in treating injured miners, and this hospital was considered to be ultra modern. So it was like uber up to date. It was super, super, super up to date. And by the 30s, it was considered the highest rated hospital in Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah. Jerome itself, when it was going through all that stuff in 1899, I believe it was considered the 4th
Progressive or something?
biggest,
Oh,
the 3rd or 4th biggest town in the state of Arizona.
wow.
Jerome. It's literally like 2 streets all uphill with 10 houses and a bunch of businesses. It's crazy out here. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
Beautiful, but it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts. The hotel has a few rooms where people were considered to be going when it was a terminal diagnosis.
Don't you tell me.
Terminal rooms, death rooms, where people were just shoved in there to die. It's on the 2nd floor.
Okay,
Don't worry.
thank you. Thank you. Not my room. I just got the burly miner and the creepy dude who blew his brains out.
And possibly a child. There was a story of a child that may be standing at the bottom of her bed, at the foot of her bed, watching her sleep.
You know what? I want the cat. There's a cat. There's
Yeah.
a cat that comes around.
It's a ghost
The
cat.
ghost cat. I'll take the cat.
I don't want the kid either.
Oh,
Ghost kids are creepy. So
because a burly
Oh,
miner doesn't
right
creep you
here.
up.
There's a child that's been seen standing at the ends of beds watching people sleep. There's also talk of a woman in white. But
No.
I've literally only seen a couple of stories about a woman in white.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen many, unless she was one of the brothel ladies, one of the
Why she wears
bordello
white?
ladies.
Ooh, fantasies.
People do a lot of weird things. White didn't mean jack shit back in the day. Meant, oh, you're gonna get dirty quick. That's what it meant. But yeah, so that's a little bit of the history of Jerome that I found. So this ought to be a very interesting evening.
Yeah. Well, I was watching occasionally. I didn't see the balls move at all. So far.
You've got to massage them.
This has been the whole ride. Yeah.
It's only gonna get worse because I'm gonna be tired.
Oh my gosh.
Everything's dick and ball jokes.
Welcome to the show, Mom and Dad and nephew Zachary.
Yeah. Hope you guys are over at least 15.
I hope my parents over 15.
No, your nephews.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, this is not for children. Hi, Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
So, Dan has a very valid question. Why do they always call these ghosts the woman in white? How about calling her the pale bitch floating down the hall? Well, it was valid.
That's pretty good.
Dungeon Dan, you can start.
There you go. There you go.
If we see the pale bitch floating down the hall, we'll let you know. So that's pretty much all I've got for the live. I just wanted to give some history and some background on what we were doing, where we were staying, and just trying to, so that people understand where we're at. Yes, there's going to be flickering lights because this building is older than God.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's going to be strange noises. We're on a fucking side of a goddamn mountain.
We're a jail slid 225 feet.
Yes, 225 feet, and nobody bothered to move it back. They just kept it there. They were like, well, this ain't going to happen again. So we're going to just leave it right there. So, yeah, there's some things that can be explained. Mm-hmm. And again, we're not Ghost Adventures. We're not going to sit here and be like other shows who have sat there and been like, oh my God, dude, what was that? Bro, I don't know, but my chest, man.
Yeah.
I can feel, oh my God, you saved my life. I can't.
So I told Jenn before we came here, I watched, was it Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters?
Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures, because they came here to the Jerome Hotel. I'd never seen the show before.
Oh, Mamma Mia.
And this guy, he looked like those guys from like when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to, like, you got the eek factor from them.
He's just a douchebag.
Yeah. And they go down to where the elevator was, where, what was the name? Charlie?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the maintenance man, where he died. Okay.
I think Harvey's his last name.
Okay. And so the main guy, he's like, I want to get right there where he died. Claude Harvey. He's like, I want to get right there where he died and see what he saw. So he's laying down.
Zach. Yeah.
Yeah, Zach.
Dungeon Dan said Zach Gaggins. Him exactly. Yes, sir.
So he's laying down and he's got the camera pointed up and he's got the elevator coming down, like they're moving the elevator down. And he's just watching it. And here's the thing, his coworkers are just watching the elevator start to come down on this guy. And it's the property owner, kid who's in the rest, or who's doing the tour.
Yeah.
He basically jumps in and grabs him by the legs and pulls him out. And he's like, you just saved my life, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you put yourself on the elevator. I'm like, this guy just doesn't want a lawsuit.
That's right, exactly. He doesn't want one more death.
Yeah.
That he's responsible for. It's just kind of a simple.
I know.
simple thing.
Yeah.
I don't get
I just love that his coworkers did nothing. Seriously, they just wanted out of the contract. I guarantee you. They just wanted out of whatever contract they were in.
Yeah, he's a joke anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when anyways. We ain't here to talk shit about other people, but I mean, if you ever want to DM me, we will.
Well, I think what we can do, we talked about the history. We went over some of the stuff that you have. So what we can probably do, we'll probably end the live stuff in case anyone has any more questions, anything like that.
Yep.
Shoot them in the chat or comments. We'll see what we can answer real quick, and then we'll probably just take our stuff and
break into our own.
Yep. See what we can do and see if we sense anything, and
go from there.
Yeah. So we'll probably either. I don't know if I might do a couple lives. I'm sure you might do a couple lives. Yeah. But for the most part, we might just edit together some videos and post them later once we get things.
And you'll have to see them when they come online.
Yeah.
Lucky you all.
Yeah.
We're keeping the good stuff to ourselves.
And if you guys don't hear from me, it's because I'm in the most haunted freaking room with.
She's being dramatic.
She's gonna open up her door in the morning. I'm gonna be right outside with my pillow sleeping.
I'll make sure it's kind of cracked. I'll make sure
You're gonna
crack
the door open for me.
So you can come in if you need to.
Like my own father. If you survive the night. I do got to tell you though, when we came in and we were checking in, the two ladies downstairs,
awesome.
They're so awesome. They're
really
like the sweetest people. And I'm just sitting there making conversation. I saw this cross face thing, and I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" And the girl, she's like, "Oh, it's a cross face." And the other goes, "Oh, but do you want it spooky?" And then she goes, "It's a cross face."
It was great.
So good.
She's like, to give you some of the atmosphere.
Exactly. It's just like, oh, by the way, we have hot chocolate here 24/7. I was like,
we sold both of us. So,
all right, guys. Well, I think we will sign off.
We're definitely signing off.
All right, we're gonna sign off, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.